My mom keeps comparing me to my sibling, and I finally found out what she's been telling them about me. My whole life, I've been the difficult one. That's what my mom called me every time my younger sister Becca did something she approved of. Becca gets straight A's. Becca never talks back. Becca knows how to be grateful. I heard it so often I started to believe it. Maybe I was difficult. Maybe I was the problem. I'm 22. Becca is 19. We grew up in the same house with the same parents, but somehow we grew up in completely different families. My mom would brag about Becca to anyone who would listen. Teachers, neighbors, the woman behind the deli counter at the grocery store. Meanwhile, if someone asked about me, she'd do this tight little smile and say, "Oh, Kayla's finding her way," like I was a lost dog that refused to come home. I moved out at 20 because I had to, not because I was rebelling. Not because I didn't love my family. I left because every Sunday dinner felt like a performance review where I was always failing. I'd watch my mom light up when Becca walked into a room, and I started doing this thing where I'd count how many minutes passed before someone made a comment about me that stung. My record was 4. Becca and I stayed close despite everything. She'd text me, call me on our lunch breaks. She never rubbed anything in my face. I always thought she didn't know how bad it was. I thought she just got lucky with a different version of our mom than I did. Then last month, Becca came to visit me at my apartment. She brought coffee and this weird energy I couldn't place. She sat down on my couch and stared at her cup for a long time before saying anything. I asked what was wrong. She said, "I need to tell you something, and I need you to not get in your car and drive to Mom's house when I'm done." That's never a good opening. She pulled out her phone and showed me a text thread between her and our mom. I started reading, and the coffee I'd just sipped turned to concrete in my stomach. It went back months. My mom had been texting Becca about me constantly. Every time I didn't come home for a holiday, my mom told Becca I was selfish and ungrateful, and that she didn't know where she went wrong with me. When I got promoted at my job last spring, my mom texted Becca, "Don't tell Kayla I said this, but that job is beneath what she could do if she applied herself. She's wasting her potential out of spite." When I started dating my boyfriend, my mom told Becca he sounded unstable, and that I always chose chaos because I didn't know how to accept love properly. I kept scrolling. My hands were shaking. There were texts about how Becca was the daughter she'd always imagined, how Becca made her proud in ways she couldn't explain. And then the one that made me put the phone down on the cushion between us because I couldn't hold it anymore. My mom had written, "I love Kayla, but I don't always like her. I never told you this, but she was a difficult pregnancy, a difficult baby, and she never stopped being difficult. You were easy from day one. Some kids are just born for you and some kids you have to work at. Kayla has always been work." Becca was crying by the time I looked up. She said she hadn't known. She said she thought we just had different relationships with Mom. Not that Mom was poisoning her against me behind my back. She said she felt sick reading back through years of texts and seeing how her opinion of me had been quietly shaped. Little comments, small seeds, all of it adding up to this version of me that wasn't real. I didn't get in my car. I kept my promise. I called my mom the next morning. I told her I'd seen the messages. She went completely silent for almost 10 seconds, which is a long time on the phone. Then she said, "I was just being honest with your sister. You're not easy to love, Kayla. You never have been." I said, "You spent 22 years teaching Becca that." And she came to my apartment to undo it in one afternoon. I hung up. Becca and I went for a long walk later that night. We talked for 3 hours, about everything we'd each been told, about all the ways we'd misread each other based on one person's narration. We're fine. We're better than fine, actually. My mom hasn't called back. I'm not waiting.